only once the object code is generated. No more time, whenever you repeat the execution of the program, no more time the compilation will be done. Means compilation is done once only, and the execution will taken place every time through object code. While in interpreter, as the object code is not generated, each and every time, each and every instructions are checked that it is error free. If it is error free, then the execution will be taken place. So from time consuming point of view, we can say a compiler is much more better than the interpreter, as each and every time interpreter will check for the errorness in the instruction, while it is not so in the compiler. The sixth point, errors are displayed after entire program is checked, while it is not so in interpreter. It stops the execution as and when the single error encounters. Last point, it is just given the example. C is a compiler and the interpreter example is the basic. So here we can say that from the programmer's point of view, interpreter is better as it gives a single error, while from system point of view we can say that compiler is better as it takes less time as compared to the interpreter. Now one more example is there. The Java is an interpreted language. Basic, it is an interpreted language. C, C++, COBOL are the compilation language. As we see, the diagram says that the interpretation taken place at the runtime in Java and in Basic, while in C, C++, the source code gives the output, that is the machine level language, that is the object code the compiler will gives. Here there are the main difference. The Basic is a interpreted, C, C++ is compiled. Java, as we can say, there is a compiler also and the interpreted also. We will see later on how Java framework is there and how the .NET framework is there. So moving on, these are the examples. These are the, you can say, a high level language, migration towards the high level language, from starting to the hardware to machine level language, assembly language, high level languages. High level languages, as we know, C, Pascal, C++, Fortran, Basic, Java, .NET, all are the high level languages. In machine level language doesn't need any translator, as machine level language is understood by the system, while assembly language needs assembler to convert it into the object code. Same way, high level languages need compiler and interpreter for conversion of source program into the object code. Now, starting from the Fortran language, as the diagram shows, the Fortran program compilation is taken place, the object code is generated, different libraries if it is used, then it is linked, and then after execution is taken place. Once the execution is taken place, we can go for the testing and the debugging process, and if we need the changes in the source program, we can do it. As now the question should arise that the same compiler, Fortran compiler, can work for each and every platform. The answer is no. For different platforms, we need different Fortran compiler. So here comes the drawback, that as time passes, the new platforms will arrive in a market, and for all those platforms, if we want to execute the existing source program of the Fortran, we need to develop the Fortran compiler, which converts the source code of the Fortran compiler into the object code, which is compatible to the newly platform. So here what happening, that for different platforms we need different compiler. The example is there are Pascal program. Pascal compiler will compiles it, generates the object code. Through linker links the libraries, and the execution will be taken place. Now the second language after Fortran, C program, how C program executes. Now here the source program converts into the object code, the same process, but here the compiler is different. Here the C compiler will compiles the source code written in the C program and generates the object code, links with the libraries, and the execution is taken place. Here also same drawback. For different platforms we need different C compiler to compile it from the source code to the object code, which is compatible to that platform. Example, one program, here is the example of the object oriented programming language, that is CPP. This is the same Fortran, C, the same here also the compiler is there, which is different from the Fortran and the C compiler. It is a C++ compiler which compiles the CPP program and generates the object code linked with the libraries and execute it. Now in all the three languages, whenever the new platform came into the market, it needs to develop the new compiler that will convert the source program into the compatible object code of that newly platform. So here is the drawback of the, you can say, then after it is came over to the Java and the .NET, which has worked out somewhat, and the replacing of the compiler with the newly platforms is somewhat minimized. From C++, that is the object oriented programming language, the three new concept arises, that is encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. What encapsulation is? Encapsulation means the wrapping of the data and the methods that access those data. Means data can be accessed through the methods only of that class. Means it is somewhat concept of the data hiding. Next is polymorphism. Polymorphism comes with the, as we all know, it is a early binding or the late binding. Early binding come with the example of the overloading functions. Overloading functions, that is having the same name but different parameters, with different number of the parameters. If it has the same number of the parameters, then the types will be different. Late binding is the overriding concept, having the same name, same number of parameters, same types of the parameters, but which method will be invoked, that depends upon which object is referencing to the method. And the last is the inheritance. It comes with for the reusability concept, that is how to enrich the properties of the class by reusing it, by adding another properties and data members to the class. So here from C++, the new language, the new era of the language is started. Apart from the unstructured and the procedural language, C++ came up with the object-oriented programming language. Same was the adopted by the .NET also, and the Visual Basic .NET and the Java. Now we see the difference between the C and C++. C is a procedural language. C++ is a non-procedural language, but as it is an object-oriented language. No virtual functions are present, while in C++ concept or virtual functions are used. Polymorphism is not possible in C, while polymorphism is there in C++. Operator overloading is not possible in C, while it is there in C++. Top-down approach is used in program, while in C++ the bottom-up approach adopted in program design. No namespace, while namespace feature is present in C++. The main difference is about the object-oriented programming languages. The difference is continues with the 7th point, that is multiple declaration are allowed in C, while it is not so in C++, as C++ came up with the class and the object concept. So multiple declaration of global variables are not allowed. 8 point, scanf printf for input and the output. Here in C it is C in, C out. 9th, mapping between data and the function is difficult, while in it is somewhat more easy in through object. 10th point, we can call a main function through other functions, while it is not possible in C++. C requires all the variables to be defined at the starting of the scope, while in C++ it is not so. We can declare variable anywhere in the scope, that is for the first time. The major difference, that is the 12th point, that is no inheritance is possible in C, while inheritance is possible in C++. So here the main difference of the C and C++ are the object-oriented concept, data encapsulation, data hiding, polymorphism, and the inheritance for the reusability concept. Now we talked about the Java program. Now the Java, we can say Java came into existence in early 90s. Now the Java program, as the diagram shows, it is compiler and interpreter both. There are 3 platforms it is describing, that is on the Microsoft Windows, Solaris platform, and the Mac OS. The Java program written compiles the source code and generates the output. Now the generates the output, it is in the form of the bytecode, and that bytecode is executed by the interpreter. But as seen in the diagram, for different platforms, compiler remains same, while interpreter is varying from the platforms. Means what? The replacement of the compiler for different platforms is eliminated. Java program compiles the source program, generates the bytecode, and that bytecode is interpreted that in interpreter also there are, you can say, just in time compilation is there and the execution will be taken place. So short and sweet, we can say that for different platforms we need different interpreter that can be called as the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Here is the example, that is class file. Class file means the class file is generated by the compiler of the Java by compiling the Java program into the bytecode, and that bytecode is reside in the class file. So that class file will be executed by the JVM, but for different platforms different JVM is needed. So Java achieved a platform independent programming language concept, but for different platforms it needs different JVM. JVM means here it is Java Virtual Machine. In JVM, just in time compilation will be taken place, and that compilation will compile the bytecode and generates, and execution will be taken place. Here it also focus on the security and the memory management part. It is more secure than other languages, and from memory management the garbage collection concept is adopted by the Java Virtual Machine to free up the memory of the objects that the program that doesn't pointed out to those objects which are residing into the memory. Here the more precise diagram is there. The Java code compilation is taken place through JavaC. Generation, that is class file, is generated. Bytecode, that is to run that bytecode on different platforms needs different Java Virtual Machine. Java buzzwords. Here from object oriented language C++, it is came as the first Java buzzword is simple. It is simple as if